Heyo, what's going on everyone? Nathan here. So if you're anything like me and you're also into the tech industry, then one company that might have surprised you when they first came out is the tech brand Nothing. So they released their very first product back in 2021 with the Nothing Ear Ones. And what is so unique about this company is their design philosophy. Many of their products feature a transparent design, and what I appreciate about this so much, being an engineer myself, is that not only do they have to design the outside of the product, which every other company has to do, but they also have to design the internals to look aesthetically pleasing as well. So that was one of their biggest draws, and the reason why when they released their first product, the Nothing Ear Ones, I instantly went to their website, pre-ordered them, and it's actually one of my very first videos. If you go back down to the bottom of my channel, you'll see that. Definitely lower quality back then, but I did use these and they were a very compelling option for the price in this highly competitive market. So I haven't purchased a Nothing product in quite a while, but with their recent release of the Nothing Ear A's at $200, I thought that these would be just a good stepping point for me to try another Nothing product. But in this video, this is my very first impressions overview, and it's also going to be my very first listen, so you get to see my reaction to them, to see what Nothing has done in the past 5 years from their original headphones to these now. So let's get into it with the unboxing. So the unboxing experience here isn't quite up to an Apple level of unboxing, but it is nice overall. Inside you'll find the headphones A, its carrying pouch, you get a 3.5mm cable with the Nothing branding on it. You're also going to get a USB-C cable and the quick start guide. So as you can see here, I did end up going with the white colorway on these, but you can also get these in black, pink, or yellow. And really all that changes from the colorway is just this little protruding area on top of each headphone that will change color based on the different colorway you get. But you know me, I had to go with the white colorway. That's just my all-time favorite colorway, and basically everything in my setup, I just love the clean white aesthetic, and I think these look great. So that actually leads me perfectly into the design of these. These have a height of 177mm, a width of 78mm, a depth of 190.4mm, and they weigh 310 grams. So just like the first pair of headphones that they made, I love the design of these, and they're just so unique to everything else out in the market right now. From their abstract design with the square air cups to some of the transparency where you can see the internals, and I do understand that they're not completely transparent. You can't actually see the inside, but what you can see in it does give it some character to it. And then it's just the little details that they add in. So right above the USB-C port on the top surface, there's like a little shape that kind of mimics that port shape. To the right of that, there's a little circle, which looks just like the 3.5mm headphone input. And then to the right of that, it looks like a play button, which kind of also indicates that this is going to be the headphone you will use to interact with your music. The whole design of these have a very Stormtrooper-esque appeal to them, where it's white, grays, and also like a dark gray. So it's not quite black. And these are just all accents in a very nice colorway that I really like. I do wish that their red square had the option to be customizable as well, because I would make that blue in a heartbeat. I think these would look even better with that. And I'm so glad that they kept the same design signature that they have on the vast majority of products out there and didn't go the same route that they did with their new 4A Pro phone. I've been seeing a lot of reviews on that phone, and a lot of people like the design of that, and I really don't. I think it looks a lot like most other phones out there, just a straight aluminum back, and the camera bump is very busy, and I just think it looks ugly. I think their 4A, the normal phone that's not sold in the US, looks awesome. I think that looks beautiful, and that follows the design signature on their headphones right here. Let's talk about all the different controls on these, because you do get a whole bunch of them, and I really like that about these headphones. So on the bottom of the right ear cup, you will find your on-off switch. You have an LED indicator, which will tell you your battery percentage. If it's less than 30%, it'll be red. And if it's over 30% battery life left, it'll be white. And if you're connecting to Bluetooth, this will be blinking white. To the right of that, you have your USB-C port, which is how you'll charge. And then just to the right of that, you also get your 3.5mm input. At the top corner, you have a physical black button here, which can be used to set multiple different things, such as channel hopping, your camera shutter. You can set this to be ChatGPT. You can switch A and C with this, or turn on and off spatial audio. And then on the back of this ear cup, you'll probably find your two most used buttons on this whole headphone. And the first one is a roller. Rolling to the right will turn the volume up. Rolling to the left, volume down, and you can actually press it to play and pause music, or you can hold it to activate ANC. And just below that is a paddle, so a different way to actually manipulate these headphones. And this paddle, if you push right, this will go to the next track. If you push left, this will jump to the previous track. And if you hold right, you fast forward. Hold left, you rewind. And then on the top right corner, just on the inside, right by the ear cup itself, you'll find your Bluetooth connectivity button. And so it's a little recessed. It's kind of hard to find if you weren't really sure where to be looking for it. But what I do like about this is that this is probably going to be your least used button. So to not have it in the way of anything else, I do like that. And it is easy to access when you know where it is. On the top of each headphone, you'll find the Nothing Headphone A written out in their dot text. And I really like this. It's really subtle and just has that modern kind of street look style to it. All right, so enough with me harping on about the design of these. We all get it. I love it. So I do want to just cover the other specs with these headphones before I get into my very first impressions and listen with these headphones. All right, so let's talk about battery life here because these have got to be industry leading. So with ANC turned off, these on a full charge can get you 135 hours of playback time, which is just crazy. And with ANC turned on, you can get 75 hours. But it's not just the crazy hours you can get with these headphones. These do also charge via USB-C. They can charge to full in just 2 hours. And there's also a quick charge feature where with just 5 minutes of charging, you can get 8 hours of playback with ANC turned off, and you can get 5 hours of playback with ANC turned on. As for the ANC and transparency mode, again, I haven't had a chance to use them yet, but these can block up to 40 decibels of ambient sound, and they also use 4 different microphones to allow its ANC to work and to also let in the outside world for transparency mode. So the drivers, these are 40 millimeters with a frequency range of 20 hertz to 40,000 hertz, and the diaphragm dome material is plastic with a titanium coating. So one area Nothing must have cut corners with to keep the price down is with its water resistance rating. So these are IP52, so they're not fully water or dust proof, and you can't really ask for much more than that because of the price of these. Again, at $200, they're less than half the price of the AirPods Max 2, which I did just make a couple videos about. If you're interested, then definitely check on those after this one. I'll link up on the screen right now for you to check out. But for $200, that is something that you're gonna have to be willing to give up just to keep the price down for all the other features you'll get with these headphones. As of connectivity, these have Bluetooth 5.4 with a range of about 10 meters. It does have dual connection, and it does support codecs of AAC, SBC, and LDAC. And I do want to talk quickly about the carrying pouch here because that's literally all it is. It's just a little pouch. Basically, all that this will protect your headphones from is from getting scratched up like in your backpack. It will not add any additional protection to these if you were to drop them, let's say. But it's like a soft plastic material, something very similar that you'll find out of like a Nike drawstring bag. So it's nice that they included it. It would have been even better if they actually gave you like a nice case for these. But again, at the price point here, that's something else that they had to cut out. But I am glad that they did give us something with these. Basically as useful as the smart case for the AirPods Max. And I do also want to quickly mention the Nothing X app, which you can download on both Apple and Android. And basically on this, you can manage all of your Nothing connected devices to it. And there's also a built-in equalizer, so you can fine tune the sound of these headphones to how you prefer. So those are all the specs for these headphones. So now I have them connected to the Nothing X app. I'm going to put these on my head for the very first time. I haven't even done that yet. So let's see how comfortable they are. Okay, the first thing I notice right off the bat is that they do not extend very well. They're very stiff right now. See, like, I can do it now. They were not extending, like, on my head right there. And I don't have a very big dome either, so. All right, let's see if I can remember all the different controls I just said. So to switch A and C, I believe is this. Yeah, okay, so now I'm on transparency mode. These do not compare to Apple products. I sound a little blocked out right now. Not robotic-y by any means, it just sounds like something is covering my ears, which they are obviously, but this is somewhere where Apple just dominates the industry, where it just sounds natural, like you're not wearing anything. But these, they definitely sound like something's over my ears. I can hear myself pretty clearly, just not the same level of transparency mode as Apple products. But with ANC turned on, let's see. Yeah, with ANC turned on, it cut out all ambient sound, like around me, just in my room. I can't hear anything else outside right now. Okay, I keep yapping. All right, let's get into some music. And I am gonna play around with some EQ while I'm listening to my songs. So I'm gonna pick 5 songs, 5 different genres, see how they work out. So let's get into the first one. This new banger I found on Instagram. Go check this guy out, or specifically this song. It's called Glitch in the Wire. It'll probably be my recent repeat at the start of this video. Okay, first listen, I am actually impressed. I thought it sounded pretty clear right there. Nothing was clipping, nothing sounded distorted on the high ends. They are probably a little quiet. I'm more impressed than I thought I would be. So let's get into the second song here. Let's change it up, go a little country. How about that? Now you gone, and I'm losing my mind, losing my mind, losing my mind. Now you gone. All right, for country, definitely the best pre-tuned equalizer here is balanced. Everything else just really affected the mix in a not very pleasant way, so balanced is the way to go, at least for that one song. I do still think these sound really good. They sound clear, but starting to kind of mess around with the equalizer right there, I did start to notice some of his weaknesses. When I put it onto voice, the rest of the mix sounded very tinny, and when I put it up to bass, it definitely overpowered, but I know that's the point of an equalizer. Balance right there worked the best for sure. All right, let's keep this moving. Going to the next one. I got a 10 in the backseat, peeling off clothes. I'm 5 in the crib, and she putting on a show. Tell him eat my desk when the green light show. Okay, so that song sounded great with the bass boost on. Again, heavy rap song, a lot of bass in it. It should have sounded great with that. The thing about this, I feel like the bass is missing like just some fullness. Its punch is there. It was punching, especially with that bass boost on, but I feel like it's missing like that secondary third layer to it, you know what I'm saying? Where it's just super rich, but it was punching. It was hitting pretty hard there. So I feel like it's missing like that surround sound speaker kind of sound, you know? And maybe I'm just like expecting too much out of these headphones right now. I feel like it was missing it just a little bit, but it was hitting. It just didn't have that richness to it. Okay, moving on. Next song, number 4. Let's get into it. All right, here's a good one here. This is like my guilty pleasure song. I love this song. I see marvels, I see titans, and some troubles that everybody has to face, that no one really can erase. That song just hits every time. It just puts you like in a better mood. If you're having like kind of like a bad day right now, put on Bubbly right now. I'm telling you, it'll make you smile just a little bit. That song sounded great on the balanced version in the equalizer. Really no complaints there. Everything was super crystal clear. The whole mix sounded good. So let's move this along, get into the last song here. And this is really a test for like fullness of these headphones. This song right here is just so full. The mix goes crazy. So let's check it out with this one. I've waited all this night for. So those were my very first 5 songs listened to on the Nothing Headphone A's right here. And first impressions, I am impressed, especially for $200. The sound quality that you're getting out of these is very, very good. I mean, as you can tell from those songs, I had a good time listening to that wide range of genres, from EDM to country to hard rap to that, whatever that is. That's some sort of indie pop kind of super full immersive right there. I thought it did very well with all of them there. I did mess around and play around with the different sort of spatial audio modes, and I kept going back to off. I didn't really like the cinema mode or the concert mode very much, and so that might be one area where these are lacking, where Nothing is still going to have to fine-tune their spatial audio, because I know Apple kills it with that. Every time I have my Apple headphones on, I have spatial audio on. It really does make it that much more immersive. This one, I had it off. I thought it sounded the best with these headphones. So that is going to be it for my first impressions. Again, I do think that these sound great, and I am going to wear them and test them out a whole bunch more for the full review, which will be coming out soon. And if it's already done by the time you're watching this video, I'll link it up here on screen for you to check out. But if you enjoyed this video, then you're probably gonna like one of these other ones that I've made in the past that YouTube also thinks you might enjoy. So definitely check out one of these as well. And as always, have a great day, everyone. Cheers.